Hi everyone, it's Lehman with Lace Covered Skies, and I am here today to do some crafting with some of these beautiful beads from Beebeecraft. Now I did one video already, and this is what we worked on right here, this beautiful dangle, and we're going to continue working on this because I want it to be like a double strand. Normally it would just hang from this long chain right here, and then you would have the dangle down here, but I want to make it a shorter dangle because it is going to go on the spine of a journal, and I want to have like the main dangle part and then turn the chain into a dangle as well, so it'll be like a double strand, you could say. But we're going to work on that second, because first I want to do some more experimenting with these beads. These are absolutely beautiful, so pretty. Now my journal is going to be somewhat vintage, not as vintage or vintage retro as my normal stuff, but it is going to be vintage. So these don't necessarily look vintage. I mean, it looks more like galaxy or crystals or astrology or something like that, but it's actually going to be used in a vintage journal. So if you guys are kind of thinking about what you could use this for, you can join me along this journey and see how I turn this into like a vintage type of item to use in a vintage journal. Now it is a little bit glam, so there is that, but I just wanted to mention that. And as always, the information for Beebeecraft will be down in the description box below, and I do have a coupon code for you too, so check it out down there if you're interested. But let's jump into the project. So I am going to be making some beaded paper clips, as well as a beaded safety pin or two. And we are going to be using just these two beads, and I'm going to be making variations from these beads. So the first thing I'm going to do, which I showed you in the last video as well, is turn these little 20 gauge wires. And this is something that I found on clearance at Michael's. No, I can't find the bag, but it's just on a roll, and I cut it into little sections as long as I need them. So this one's pretty short because I'm only going to be putting one bead on it. But you basically cut this out, and we're going to turn this into an eye pin. Now you can buy already made eye pins if you want to, but this way it's a little bit less expensive, even though it is a little bit more work. So I'm just curling the edge down. So you saw me curl forward. I do go through this very slowly in the last Beebeecraft video, so if you want to check that out, you can watch that video. And then I'm going to back it up a little bit and then pull it forward a little bit to make a loop that I'm happy with. So I'm just going to keep working that. And if you want to perfect it, you can use your flat nosed pliers to flatten it and make it more to your liking. Now I'm going to take a star bead and thread it on there like so. And then I'm going to take my round nose pliers again and make the loop to close it up. So I'm going forward like that. I'm going to take my pliers out, put it back into the loop, and back it up a little bit. And then I'm going to go forward a little bit to make it into a good shape, like that. Now I made up a whole bunch of them right here. So we're going to be working with these. And we're going to be starting, we're going to grab some jump rings here. I may kind of move things around so that where I'm working right here, you can see. But let me move these like that. Okay, so we're going to take a jump ring, and at this point it's kind of like assembling. So this is where the work is, right? Putting this onto, basically giving the bead a loop using this metal wire right here. But once you do that, you're good to go. It's kind of like eating tacos for dinner. You're just going to put things together the way you want, because this already has a loop. So we don't need to do anything more. But I'm going to take a jump ring and I'm going to open it up. And the thing I love about doing like beadwork, making beaded paper clips, you know, simple things, not like advanced jewelry or anything like that, but the things that we do for junk journals, it's, in my opinion, just really quick to do. So I have this jump ring, right? I'm gonna make, so let me kind of let you guys know what we're gonna do here. We're just gonna be putting things onto this ring that's gonna go onto the paper clip. So I'm gonna string a moon on here, and then I'm gonna string one of these little stars on here. Or actually, I'm gonna do that last because I want another star on this chain so that I have a short star and then a star that's kind of hanging on this chain, and that's going to give it some variation. So I'm just going to cut this chain. I think I want 5 loops on here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to cut it on the 6th one and take it off of there. Make sure you dispose of those little metal pieces carefully. All right, then I'm going to open up another jump ring. I'm going to string one side of the chain on here, and then I'm going to take a star and string a star onto there, and then we're going to close up the jump ring. So what we've done there is we've made a little hanging star charm so that there's some length there on the chain. Then I'm going to pick up my jump ring that had the moon on it and string the chain on there like so, and then grab a star that has been prepared, string that on there. So now we have this cute little combination right here, right there. I'm going to close this up. And there we have a little cluster. cute little cluster. What I'm going to do with this one is put it onto a paper clip. And there we have our beaded paper clip. And what I love about this bead is that both sides are the right side. Like this side is smooth and this side has texture. So both sides are the front sides, you could say. And what I would do with this is put it, like, this is a signature from my journal, right? I can just put it on the edge right here, clipping something into the page, and you can see how beautiful that looks right there. It's just so pretty and sparkly. I love it. So that's one thing I'm going to be doing to go into these journals. Now let's make something with the safety pin, because I will have some like fabric on the sides of the pages, and I want some safety pins that will pin into the edges. So I think I want to do another chain. This one I might want a little bit longer, so let's do this. Cut that right there. And I'm looking for the little metal piece, which is right here. Okay, I want to make sure you can't see the other piece. Okay. All right. We are going to, I do not know where that went. Okay, I'm gonna have to look for it afterwards. All right, but what I'm gonna do, I want this one pretty simple because it's just gonna be hanging off the edge. So I don't want to put the moon on there, but we're going to just put a star and then hook it onto the chain. So there we took a jump ring and put a star and the chain onto the jump ring. And we're going to close this up. And now I'm going to take another jump ring and put this safety pin onto the jump ring. This little hole at the bottom of the safety pin is perfect for these types of projects. And then string the chain on here. As you guys can see, it's just so quick. You can make a ton of these just watching like a TV show or something. And there we have a charming little beaded safety pin. These are so cute, so pretty. Just a little bit of effort can dress up a journal. All right, so I think I'm going to move on to working on this book dangle. Now, if you guys didn't watch my last video, you can check it out to see how this started, because it started with some things already bought like this. like this part was already here, the moon was here, and three of these chains hanging from there. But I added the stars, as you can see. I'm using all the same products. I added the stars and the moon on there. And now we're going to work on this end of it. And I'm just going to doctor it up. It's kind of like when you buy ramen. I don't know why I'm comparing this to food so much, but it's kind of like when you buy ramen, like instant noodles, and then you add a bunch of ingredients and just like level it up. Because this is beautiful on its own. But I think I'm going to be putting this onto the book spine using the safety pin. So I'm just going to hook this onto the chain so that I know that this part is going to hang as the second dangle. So essentially this is how long the dangle is going to be. It's going to be very fancy and over the top. All right, so let's see what we want to do. I think I want to start off by cutting lengths of this chain, and they're not going to be long lengths because I don't think it's going to be too much. It's going to be too much stuff dangling. Okay. So I have a tiny piece right there. I'm going to make this one a little bit longer. This is being kind of difficult. All right. So let's work with these two pieces here. All right. I am going to open up a jump ring and this is a thicker jump ring, so it's a little bit hard for me to grasp it in this in the crevice of this plier right here. Maybe if I switch sides. All right, I'm gonna put a star on here. And then I'm gonna put it onto this chain. I'm thinking that I want to keep this side pretty simple. So that's going to hang from there at some point or on some point of that chain. I'm going to open this one up and put it onto this shorter chain. And put a star on here. close that up right there. So we have 2 lengths right there. So if this is hanging from here, I'm just trying to see. I don't want too much on the ends because there's already a lot going on down there. So maybe if it goes into this part of the moon, that might look cool. So either I could do that, or I'm thinking, but I'm also looking at it. It's so pretty. I know you guys can't see the side view of it, but it's so sparkly. I think I do want to just hang 2 stars right there. So let me lay this down so it's going to be showing me where it lies. And we're going to, I think, start this slightly higher so that goes into that little crescent part. So I'm going to grab a jump ring. String it on here. And I think I'm going to put it into this loop. I feel like I'm trying to stay in camera, so I'm keeping it at arm's length. It's a little bit challenging. All right, so now I'm going to close this up. And let's see what we have. I like that. I'm going to show you guys from another view at the end, but it's hanging right there in that crescent. And then I think I want the other one to hang a little bit lower. So let me lay it down like so. Grab one of these. And repeat the same process. This jump ring is a tiny bit too thick for this chain, but I think it'll work. And then I'm going to put that on this chain right here, this link. Let me straighten everything out, and then we can take a look at how it's hanging. So it is a little lower than I would like from the front. It's kind of hitting this part of the moon, the bottom part of the moon. But I like how it looks from the back. So I think I'm going to leave it because, I mean, obviously when this twirls, like it's not going to lay in one position. So you will get a back view at some point. So I think I like this. Now I'm looking at this and thinking that I want to hang something from here. But I think there's a lot going on already. So I kind of, you know, I think I'm going to move this up a little bit because I do like to see it from the front. So let's go ahead and move it up a few links. So I know you guys can't, it's not the best view, but I'll show you in a little bit. I want it a little lower. A little lower than the other star. So let's see how that looks. I think that looks good. It's almost like the little twin stars. They're very close together. Now I kind of like hooking this up here, putting it in here, just to have a little bit of draping going on. Okay, I think it's getting a little haywire right here, so let me open it down. And then just hang it from the back like that. And I think I like that because it's letting this hang down, the bottom part hang down, and this is just its own little thing. So let me see if I can hang it up here and then show you guys. All right, let me put my scissors down. So that's what we have right there. So this is from the front. And you can see the 3 levels hanging down there. And then the back side, we have this little bit of a double chain and these 2 stars just hanging right in the crescent area right here. So you could just kind of see them hanging right there. Let me switch the view. But yeah, I am really happy with that. It's so pretty. These beads are amazing. And then here we have the 2, the safety pin and the paper clip. But I hope you guys liked seeing what I was able to create from these beads. If you like them, the information is in the description box. Thank you again, Beebeecraft, for sending me these items. They are absolutely beautiful. I love them so much. And I can definitely see using this for other things besides junk journals, like other crafts too. They're so pretty. But thank you so much for watching today, and I will talk to you next time. Bye everyone.